Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus, and we are here in our Update 4 series, and I've just been doing a little terraforming between sessions. Look at this beautiful flat terrain. And what we're going to do today is the stuff that you've all been waiting for. It's time for trains. And, well, I can't just build a train from A to B, can I? No. That would be too easy. No, I have to build like a silly, over-engineered modular train system just to bring rocks from one place to another, right? So and why do I do that? Well, because I have to. That's just who I am, okay? That's why you're watching this channel, I hope. So first of all, I was asking in the previous episode, like, why build trains? And the answer wasn't really good, except like trains are cool, so build them. They go choo choo. Build trains, and I think that's a little bit of a weak answer, but I don't know. There is another new thing in this update, like these things, stacker towers and stacker tower extensions, which are super fun and amazing and interesting. So we're definitely going to do that. But what I wanted to do that first is to actually have a straight line here. So we're going to have these just working on trying to make this as straight line as possible. Ah, there we go. We finally got rid of you. Cleaning out the last of these trees. I don't know if they can get up there. So that's... yeah, so I want to just bring rocks. I can't figure out what else would make sense to bring, because train systems seem to be taking a lot of space and build a lot of infrastructure, so you need to warrant the investment. Why am we building it now? Well, because we are very stable right now. Population is stable. We have a crew. We have everything just that is working. So the first thing we're going to do in order to get all of this working, we are going to need like a stockpile here of vehicle parts. And then we are going to need a place where we can build the rails and gravel, because those things need to be built. I am kind of thinking maybe I should build it here. I could. This is also probably a good place to build it. It's a small build, so let's just see what we can do. So it will be. We'll do an assembler here, and this assembler will do rails. And it makes 16. Is that enough? It's not enough right now, but I think if we build it in big enough stockpile, then we can it'll be fine. And it just needs 2 inputs, and then it needs 1 output. Then the other thing we want to do is like a big crusher for making gravel, because we're going to need a lot of gravel for making the rail. The sleepers need to rest on rails. So I guess like the rails are, this is for the sleepers, this is for the rails, and then the gravel is for sort of, yeah, I don't know, the stabilization for the sleepers, I guess. So this will also need a lot of this. So again, this is just the normal inputs and outputs from this. These two are normal inputs like this. Let's do that one and that one, and figure out a way this makes sense. Yeah, and we are also going to get a storage here. We don't need that big of storage. Ooh, no. Yeah, then it blocks the other one. We'll have to do it like this. And then we need some big boxes. That one for rails. And that one for the loose gravel. It kind of seems silly to do it this way. If I could do it that way, it would probably make more sense. But then it wouldn't really be directly output. Who cares? There. Yeah, that looks neat. Let's build this and then get something going here. Let's start talking about rails and what we want. Rails, they are too wide, so there's that. We are definitely going to do a 2-lane system. That is given. So this is basically the premise of it. Now, I do have some place in my factory that actually is really easily accessible to everything. And it's called roads. So I think I'm actually going to use the roads for rails, because they're already here. They're already sort of made sure that nothing is passing it. And yeah, so what are we going to do? How would we do that? Well, there is an opportunity to do here, and then we can do lifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm choosing 6, but I don't really know why I'm choosing 6. Well, I do know why. I think it's because if I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then it doesn't go higher than 6. You can copy paste and then go higher elevation than 6. So here's something that's just infinitely frustrating with these rails. Let's look at it. First of all, these ones, these pillars here, they are not placed. They are 1 tile wide, but they are placed like they're 1 by 2 tiles wide. That makes no sense to me. They should be 2 by 2 tiles, because look at it now. That means it's not placed. If I place it over here, it's, yeah. And the second thing is, why can they not reach a full tile? Like, oh, now they're just, yeah. So we'll figure out how far they can be apart. Okay, so that's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's not fine. Isn't that just ironic? Like, they can be exactly not enough distance to make a repeating pattern. Ah, that is so frustrating. So what the hell are we gonna do about it? Because we really want to get this, and if we elevate it to level 6, we can. It doesn't really cost more if we take this part here. You can see this is 32, and then it doubled the rails. That's fine, but doesn't matter how high you make it. As long as you make it anything except ground level, then it doubles. And who cares if it doubles? Like, that's just a one-time investment. It just makes it a little bit more expensive, but not much. This thing I'm a little bit worried about. Also, another thing that is a little bit, since we want to draw them in from here. No, let me get this right. From here to here. And then I want to drag it the other way, because I want them bidirectional. They do not line up. Yeah, so that's another problem. That means we need to drag them from the same line and then place pillars. So no matter what we do, we're going to have to do a hell of a mess with pillars. So let's talk about the turns. I want to only do like the biggest turns. Then let's, first we need some kind of thing to set up a frame for here. Oops. From here to here. Good. So now I want to turn from here. And I've set it up to the highest turning circle. And that means if I want to go up there and there, then this is now consisting of... Oh, can I see the segments of it? Yes. There's a small segment, and then there's a turn segment, and a turn segment, and then a one-tile segment. That means if I want to make the other equal to it, then I'd have to 1, 2, 3. Turn, turn, turn. 1, 2, 3. That is a good turn. If I was making it... Oh, let's try again. From here to here. What if we only made it 2 tiles? 1, 2. And then turn. 2. That actually looks even better. Yes, that's better. They are very close to each other. The turns. Oh, yeah, this is the problem. It has to put in something here, which I don't really like. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with the other one where it's like 3 out. So then the next question becomes, when we do this, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we start elevating it, and are these now placed in correct locations? They're actually really nice locations, these ones. And then if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's so weird that it doesn't remember the elevation when we built this. There. No. One, 2, 3. I forgot to erase it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's so weird. 1, 2, 3. And then I press the Unity instead. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is so complicated. Like getting this. It just doesn't make sense. That one. Oh, right, because this, now I get it. Because this one already has a one tile, that's why. There, and then one of these has to change direction. There. Now let's look at pillars. Yeah, they're not great, are they? They're not great. So, long and short of it is, someone has to do some work on doing this. I'm also going to, since I want this to be raised on top of that, I want to actually get some blueprints. So I have made some blueprints here. I elevated this section. And if we look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, we need to remove a lot of things. But let's place this somewhere that I want an intersection. I wonder if this is even going to work, because it's probably going to intersect with something else. But the idea here is that I put these in so that it's easier to match where it needs to go. Yeah, so that doesn't work. I can't put it anywhere. I need a T intersection where I can put it. Yeah. Let's remove this, just so I can place it. I am desperate to place it somewhere nice. Here. Good. Now we can do it. There and there. That places it nicely. Not at all. Not even close. Shoot. Undo. And it also didn't get elevated. Try again. I hope this is working. I spent so much time on this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need to place it. That doesn't seem accurate at all. I think my indicators are misplaced. It's clearly like this it's supposed to be. Ah, my indicators are misplaced. Because I can look at that part. Okay, and then we can remove the other parts here. This one. Yeah, all the things will be fixed. So what I've done is I have spent an ungodly amount of time to try to align these so that now they are pretty well aligned, so that the curve and the straight rail are actually right next to each other here. And the curve rails and these ones are now actually outside of the road. Not that it really matters. They're never going to use the roads anyway. But this is also misplaced there. God, you're misplaced. I misplaced it. That's odd. Well, redo. Oh, this is funny. Look at this. This works. Look at this. They are not misplaced now. Flip, flip. Now they're misplaced. Oh, blueprints are... Oh, no. Why? Oh, the horror. That's a bug. Unless you can do the same thing as Factorio. But look at this. Like, so it's not about the rotation. Well, it is about the rotation. This is aligned. The concrete markers are correct. But if I flip it, now the concrete markers shifted. So the concrete markers and the blueprint do not rotate together. Well, that's mildly disturbing. Which means I can't trust the concrete markers, which means I'm not going to be putting concrete markers in here, which would otherwise have been really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you just have to do this on, yeah, Gefühl, I think. There. Alright. Does it match the middle? Yes. Well, this one obviously yes, and this one yes. Good. So back again. We have now built a T intersection, elevated T intersection. Trucks can drive. We need to put this everywhere. Yeah, so that means, for example, down here, I'm not sure I want to go out here with a rail because I think I only want T intersections on my rails. I don't want anything else. But then trying to make it here would also be interesting. So that's going to be our first challenge of putting rails everywhere. I'm not going to be they're going to be ghostly rails for now, but they're going to be rails at this point. And then we'll talk about how to do branches off of this. So this is now done, and I'm also aware about one limitation that you're probably already typing in your comment section, and that is because mega vehicles, these ones are 7 tall. Mega excavators, it is not going to be a problem for the mega trucks. They are only 5 or 4 tall. So when I do this pattern, let me just show. I'm actually avoiding the bridges and building this pattern instead. So we sort of have a clear driving path and also sort of the pillars on the middle intersection. Yep, it took a while to just do this for all of them. But now even the mega trucks can drive onto this when we get those. And also the medium excavators can also drive onto this. So there is no problem with this. But the big mega excavators, however, with the mega excavators, I think we'll just deal with it because they need to go somewhere and then they need to stay there. If that means I sort of have to place this one down here and then just auto build it, so be it. But they're not really going other places once they're fixed. But our train system is somewhat there. Like this thing here is completely useless now that I think of it, because what I want to do is I want to have out here, oh, what are they doing? They're just casual. Oh, right, they were bringing concrete in here. This place here will be where I pick up stone or rock, and then I'll go this way, and out here, and then I will have a station out here that unloads rock, because I want to use the stacker towers as well to see some cool things that can be done with these stacker towers. Do we want to do stacker towers now? No. Let's first do train stations. So now that we have the sort of the collective train network elevated, it is time for us to go up and down. I've been thinking a little bit about how going up and down. There is one concern here is I am using the steep slope. There are 2 levels of slope. One is 25, which is the absolute maximum, which is insane for a truck, for a train, by the way. And the other one is half of that, which is 12. It's probably 12.5, but it takes twice as much space. I can't really get this to be like twice as long, so we're just gonna have to say, yep, they are gonna be slow when they go up and down ramps. Boohoo, that's the way it is. They won't do that much, but and I also have like an insane amount of trains here to get that. But anyway, let's just figure out. Let's build the train station. The train station will obviously be built at ground level. So the train stations will be. Oh, that's the train line. Yeah, look at me having complete control of this. We're gonna go over here to stations. So what do I want to build? I want to build a station, and I guess we have to design on green. Always design on green, and all of this has just been removed in the meantime, so that's nice. We have like a gigantic factory space up here now, and design space as well. So we're going to be building a train station, and let's see. We are going. The first thing is a station that indicates that it is a station, then an empty module, or unless we want this to be a fuel module. Let's do this first, and then think about what we're going to do with fuel module. Then we're going to have a loose station here. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if we look at these, does it even say anything? It says maximum throughput is a lot, but the content is nothing. 240 in each of these is very, very low. I am thinking this might be turned the other way. Because what I'm thinking is this is... if I'm going right-hand drive, then they're coming in here. Then... that's... I want to sort of loop around and then on the exit... there. And... train tracks. Yeah. That will sort of go out. Is that the middle? You can just take these and use them for delimitations over here. They are not. So this one, oh, actually they are, aren't they? Yes, they are. Because you're supposed to go. Let's get that just all the way over here. And this is a single direction. That's not correct. Let's go that direction. Good. So now I want to sort of loop it around. And since this is going to be heading into a station, I don't mind that they are going to be very narrow loops. And there. And then so this is about as small of a station as I can come up with when it is a 4-wagon station, and that's kind of what I want. We're bringing stuff in from the outside. Now I'm just doing it this way, but I think that would make sense. We're going to be taking this one and putting it somewhere safe so that I can come back to it if I need it. And then what we're going to do is we are going to get from this location. This is about as close as we can get it. Like, I honestly think we can get it a little bit closer, and I think that might be nice to do. If we now look at it again, delete. No, that doesn't give us, it has to be like this. Yes. So now we can see the first thing that happens is a turn. So this is the fastest we can get there. So now what I want to do is I want to go up. That's 4, 5, 6 up. And here I want to do the minimum, the easy slope right there. So this is as fast as we can go up with the easy slope. Was it? Yeah, it does start looping up immediately. And this one, oh, we lost our whoop. There. No. There. Good. So this thing here, first I have to copy it. Copy it. Then I have to switch direction. And then I have to cut it and put it back in. Because I couldn't copy it and place it immediately there. Now this thing, if I want to get it as close as possible, I can just take the whole damn thing and paste it over here and smash it in. There. This is as close to the line that I can get with this. So, we also need a train depot. So somewhere out here maybe? Although this is where I want to build a bridge. But this would also be a really nice place for... Oh, there's... No, it wouldn't be a nice place. I need somewhere where I can build a train depot that has to be like out of the way of everything else. So, yeah, I'll need to find a way to build a train depot. I have no idea. Yeah, like this would be a nice place, but I don't know if... maybe this is a nice place. Yeah. It's kind of not too far away, and I can sort of extend it a little bit. So, but it will have a little bit of the same challenge as this one, that it does need quite a bit of distance to get from here and up. Also, the train depot, I think it's not this close. I think it's a little bit further away. But anyway, this is going to be where we load rock, but nothing else. So we load rock here, and then we need basically the same thing. These ones are specified as loading locations, but honestly, isn't it just exactly the same if I... Oof, where does it go to? If I get it as a unloaded location. There. This one. Could I get that over here? Yes, I could. And then where do I want it? I can get it a little bit further out here. It doesn't need... It needs to sort of feed this area here. So we'll build it like this. And then... there's always the alignment part. Like this maybe. Let's give it a shot. And let's see if this is aligned. Good. And then this one, it just needs to be connected from here to there, and always drag from the same line. Otherwise the pillars will not be the same places. And yes, some places the pillars will be a little close. Some places they will not. These ones will now be marked as unload. Oh, what? Okay, I just misclicked. Unload. Whew. Okay. We're starting to get something. I need to find a place for the train depot. So we found a really nice place for a train depot. And yes, of course, the fact that I go up here means that it takes a little bit more space. It also means that if we want to make like train depot extensions, we are gonna have to landfill. But luckily, landfill is not a problem for us. So we'll get this landfilled eventually before we need bigger trains. This is enough to make a 1/4 train. So that is also luckily what we're gonna need here. And I need to rebuild you as well. So now we have everything ready, and I've set these up to load rock exclusively. It's just the rocks we want to unload, and I want to do a sorting plant, but we want to do the big one. That will be like this, and that will go out into... It could actually just go... No, I don't like that. There we go. That would be the biggest one, and then I'll get into number 1, 3... Oh, 5 and 6. Yes. 1, 3, 5, and 6. It will then be rock there. And I'm also going to go dirt. But 1, 3, 5, and 6. And then we'll have the last 2 being dirt, because there might also be a lot of that. And that will be here. Let's have a look. That looks good. And this is the fastest belt we have. That goes out. And then we get rock out here, which will just be, or this will be dirt, and that will just be thrown somewhere else. Good. And this will just be empty. This one, if it overflows, then I actually want to empty it manually, but I don't expect that. Then these 2 could be for... Oh, can I even get it past? No, I can't. Okay, I can barely get it past. I think I actually move it 1 over, because I will definitely get some gold, and I'll get some iron as well. So move it 1 tile over. So this is now made, and yeah, I think this is a pretty okay way. Unfortunately, I still have to go all the way over here to dump it, but once I do, then it should be fine. Right, I think it's time for us to start making some stuff. We want to get this one going immediately, so let's, yeah, let's just go. Boom. This will start draining a lot of our resources. And then, what is now, low supply of diesel. Oh yeah, that's that one. I mean, that's not a panic thing. So now we need to get our trains, or our rails, going all the way over to this one at least, because otherwise it doesn't really work. So I think I will let them work by themselves. So okay, I'm gonna try this. I think that if you both have something that pauses and unpauses, it will always unpause as priority. Yes, it didn't pause all of this stuff. Good. This though, I think I'd like to pause this. So I had to take a loan to get this completed, so now we're going to be owing a lot of rails to, well, someone who has rails. And but that's fine. That's fine. That's exactly what we need. We will have plenty of rail production. I even upgraded it a little bit because it's not keeping up. It'll keep up soon enough. And over here, we will need to owe them, in 4 months. Oops. Yeah, we're probably going to miss the first payment. It's a little bit quick that we have to pay back. But yeah, let's see if we can get them paid back and then the other one. But what we have now is we have a direct line from one to the other. That means we can get on with the next part, and that is making a train line. So we're going to make a train line. Can we give it a name? Yes, we can. Rock delivery. That will maybe come up with better ones. And we'll choose a stop. That's that one. And we'll choose another stop. That's this one. And one is called train station. Is this called rock unload or unload rock? Unload rock. So that we don't have great names for this. We'll get this as things expand. Load rock. There. Just get it in very simple. And if we look at our train manager, this one. So the question is now, what is the condition that we want to do? And let's see. Add depart condition. Full. Yes. All provided products. Yes. And here, depart condition, empty. Well, that's pretty simple, right? And I have set it up to here. These are full. Then we need to go, the next thing is actually we need to build a train for it. And that is going to be over here. And I see that we have this connected. Let me just check if we've actually managed to make our delivery. We did. We made our delivery. Cool, because we didn't get a warning. So let's make a new train. It's going to be a diesel train. And it's going to have 2 of these hopper wagons. See, this one is 10 wide. This is only 5 wide. But this one can take 4 times as much as this one. So obviously we're going to do this. And we're going to put it on the rock line. And we're going to be building it. And we can see here 140 construction parts done. And I can just... that's basically all of it. Yeah, I need it done. And we definitely also need more. And I also think this little box here should be a bigger box, because we are going to need a lot of vehicle parts now. And we have our first train coming out here soon. So it requires steel, which is also a problem. Like, steel is definitely probably maybe one of the next things we want to upgrade. I think that's a safe reason to... Yep. Told you. We need it at... Okay, it's still like 25% full, but... yeah, it still needs to get better. Let's have a look at it. Cannot find a path. It's probably something like this little thing here is not done. I don't know why that... I wonder if there is like a little gap here. But if there was a gap, then there would be a warning. Well, that's going to take some debugging. Okay, so there was apparently 2 tiles here that were not done. Okay. That took a while. I looked for everything and I couldn't see the tiles. I guess they were sort of beneath the actual tiles. There were ghost tiles beneath. Oh, why are you driving there? That's really what? Why are you going to unload rock? You should be going to the other one. That's not correct. Well, anyway, maybe that's because the other one is also broken. Let's see if it fails here. This should be an unloading station, so there's no reason to go to that one first. There we go. All right, we are going to be simply hitching a ride on this train. Yep, and let's see where it goes. We want to see this train complete one cycle before we start celebrating. And then we're going to do something with the rock. Now we just basically built a gigantic infrastructure. For what purpose? To move the rock from one end of the factory to the other. So that little hill didn't really have a big impact. So let's see if, first of all, it gets there. I think it does, because I think it calculates the travel before. We're going to need so many trains for this. So many trains. And going in. And there we go. We can see that it slows down really a lot. Like half speed during this, but that's okay. They have to pull into a station. That's pretty reasonable. And now we can see that it's loading. Nicely loading. It can load pretty damn fast. And it loads to 900. Go. Off we go. And we need to just take a ride on this train all the way back. What we also could do is we can do this one, so we can start making another one. Because why not? Just want to make sure that we get these built. And in the meantime, this is, you can see that that accelerates a lot slower now because it's fully loaded. And also probably going up a hill now is also a lot more troublesome. But it's gonna get speed. Man, yeah, low supply of steel. That's because we just built a new train, and a new train takes 300 steel. So steel is gonna be a thing that we need to deal with. And here, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful train network. I don't know if it's a good train network, but it's beautiful. Like, how is this not amazing? So we go down here. It also takes like way more space than a train should, but yeah, you know, it's fine. So now when we come in here, we are going to pull in, and then it will unload, hopefully. Let's have a look. Unload. And we can see it flows over here, gets into this box. This box wants to be emptied, and we actually want to make sure that this cannot be neither open nor closed, because now comes the next cool thing in this base. That is, we want stacker towers. So how the hell do they work? If we do this... it's actually a little bit weird, because this one just kind of says a circle around it. Okay, so I need this to be going all the way out so that that circle is here. And then you can see that it's now different. It now says, okay, you can actually go to exactly this point and out here. Which, you know, is a little bit difficult because now I have to find this one. And, oh, it's luckily it tells me where it's overlapping. There we go. And that one. So that's 4 outputs. Let's just use those 4 outputs as what we want here. That means we're gonna get, we want all of these to go out on belts, and we are going to kill the connections here. Let's see. Or in a sense that we are going. That's actually really crazy how that just added here. And that goes over to that one. Next. And that means the trucks cannot go by here anymore, which is okay. They have nowhere to go. They can go the other way around. That's fine. This will now be an attempt at trying to get to do terraforming without using trucks, or without using so many trucks at least. Here and here. Good. Let's build this. Done. And no one will come in here. I am going to need more trains. You'll still build another one. We're going to be like, I don't know, 6, 8 trains to just keep this flowing. Right, so this one will only be allowed to be filled up by the trains as they're coming in now. And then it will be able to output at, this is 200 each, so 800 is the outbound. And since these ones are, the train is 960, which is really low capacity. That means that we have to basically get a train in every second to keep this up, which is a little bit. No, okay, these, yeah, every second. That's not great. But this is now a very industrialized way of getting rid of all of our rock, and it takes a minimal amount of resources in our trucks at least, because the trucks will now go from here to here, and then I will actually go there. You are no longer allowed to go there. That means all of the trucks from here, and probably also the other trucks. Let's see. Yeah, you can either this little landfill or leveling area is going to try to fill up this area, because these pillars here, these towers work best if we have like a straight line. And it also just can't, yeah, okay, that's kind of how it goes. And these will probably be at risk of flowing downwards. Let's see how it works if it evens out completely. The other part, yeah, this here will either drop it in the ocean, or they will go to this sorting facility. So this is where we sort everything that is being just leveling the mountain. And this one is just basically leveling the mountain. I have to do this I need to get to the gold, sure, but this is mainly just to have something to feed in order to actually show what we're doing here. And we should ideally have this one. Let's do that one, so that if it gets too high, then it also drops it off, because I don't really want to landfill out here anymore. Dude, I really don't want to landfill out here. Okay. All the dirt will also be taken out. Oh, they are barely getting up that first hill, but that's fine. I mean, over time it'll work. And this one, let me grab another one of these trains and copy and build another one. So that'll be 4 trains. That seems reasonable. Can I see? Yeah, this one's just request trains only unrestricted. I don't think we want to restrict their arrival. We just want to have them keep running and only depart when full, only depart the other one when empty. Because if we can't empty this one, then that's the problem. You can also see, yeah, we're definitely able to output this too quickly because with these 4. But it's still amazing. And we will start sort of landfilling this without having any more. So that was a major overhaul of new features. I hope you liked it. I hope you like this. It may not be like the best case for trains, but we built now a massive train network that I can hook up anything else that we want to get. I mean, I would imagine like at some point maybe we expand the city out here, and then we can have like food coming in on a train. Maybe, probably not, because food is not like, it's pretty low quantity. But anyway, we are definitely seeing massive improvements, and we can then continue. Steel is probably something we want to upgrade to next tier steel, and then we'll just take it from there. So our good ideas are very welcome on what we should expand to. We should also look at bridges to get to other locations, even though this one will probably just end up reaching the next island by itself. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Blueprints are available to Patreon supporters. The rail blueprints, as they get expanded, will be available, as well as save games if you want to snatch this save and play it, and that's available to Patreon supporters. So thank you everyone who's supporting, either on Patreon or Twitch or YouTube or anything. Until next time, take care and stay effective.